Okay, I just have this to say about politics. You're either gonna like me or you're gonna hate me. Probably. I don't really care. I'm a good person, whether I'm a Democrat, whether I'm a Republican. If you can't look beyond that, then I don't really need you in my life, no matter who you are. Whether you're a good friend, a bad friend, in the middle friend, I don't really care. I go with what I believe in is right. Here's an example. I believe that illegal aliens should come over here legally. But I also believe that we should not take a mom away from a child, and we should have some type of system to where the child and mom can be together, whether the mom's leaving or the mom's staying. But it shouldn't be torn apart. That's just wrong. If you want to talk about, birthright citizenship and stuff like that, let's talk about the president's wife. Maybe she should get deported. She's not a birthright citizen. But aside from that, Trump is just a horrible person. I would vote for a Republican. I would vote for Mitt Romney. I like Mitt Romney. And there are some Republicans that are okay. But Trump is to the extreme. Once he said, let's build a wall and keep the Mexicans out, that got him elected, because there are so many of you people out there that just are racist and hateful. Whether you want to admit it or don't admit it, it's fine. I don't really care. You live your life, I'll live my life. But no matter what, we should not be killing each other over some stupid old man that's 80 years old that doesn't know shit about nothing. He doesn't even know that these tariffs are causing attacks on the United States citizens. They're not causing attacks on China. They're not causing attacks on Japan. Who's paying the tariffs? We are. We are. The ones that he's supposed to be making America great again. Well, how do you make America great again? By lowering their Medi-Cal and making it harder for them to get Social Security? How are you making it better when you make it harder for people to vote? I mean, a little bit of gerrymandering there, and then you go to Wisconsin and you send the richest man in the world there to give out money so they can get votes. Well, how did that work for you? That didn't work too well. No, it didn't. And then now you got Trump, who wants to do a third term. Who he can't. He just can't. It's written in the Constitution. But it's Trump, so he'll probably be able to do it. Well, no, it's written in the Constitution. He cannot. He cannot even be Vance's vice president and become president, because he has been elected president 2 times. And in the Constitution, it states that if you are elected president 2 times, you cannot be president again. If you are a if you are a vice president, takes over president, and you're president for over, I think it's 2 years, or a certain amount of time, then you cannot be elected again after 2 times. It's in the Constitution that way. It's written that way to protect us, to protect the American citizens. I don't give a frick if you're a Republican or Democrat. It is to protect us all. I don't know what. I've been wanting to make this video for a long time, and now I've just decided. I don't really care. You don't like my opinions. You don't like what I say. Then feel free to unfriend me and leave and don't follow me. It's okay. I don't care. Not one freaking little bit. I go out, I earn my own money. I don't borrow money from nobody. I can survive just fine without anybody being my friend and helping me out or anything like that. I don't need nobody's help. I'm perfectly fine being a good human being, telling the truth, being honest, making a living, and putting my daughter through school. And because I'm a Democrat, well, you don't like it, too bad. I'm a gun-owning Democrat, too. What about that? And then you got Fox News. Oh, my God, Fox News. If you go into Fox News and listen to Fox News, I just watched a thing on Laura Ingraham. Did you know that Laura Ingram's father was a Nazi sympathizer? And all kinds of stuff like that. See, you watch all these people and all this stuff, out there, and you have no idea what they're about, who they're about. Sean Hannity, if you go back and look at his stuff, he says off the record, he didn't even like Trump. But, gotta make that money. Well, you know what? I figured out a long time ago. Money can shove it up its ass. I make enough money to pay my rent, buy my food, keep my house warm, and clothe my kid. That's what I need. That's what I got. I'm a proud American, but until Donald Trump's president, you won't be catching me saying the Pledge of Allegiance or nothing like that, because I'm not going to pledge allegiance to Donald Trump. I won't do it. It's just not going to happen. And if I have to stand on a knee and pledge allegiance to Donald Trump, that's what I would do. I would take a knee. Yeah. Because, okay, well, let's talk about some more stuff. Let's talk about term limits and age limits. Age limits. Let's get some age limits in the freaking politics. If you're over 60, if you're over like 65 to 70, you should not be in politics, because you have no clue as to what's going on for the younger generation. And they're the ones that are coming up and raising the world. You have no clue. If you're 80 years old and you are in politics, you should just, you need to get your ass out, because you have no clue what a 21, 25, 30-year-old needs. And if you've been in politics forever, you probably don't need money. You probably don't need money at all, because you've been ripping us off the whole time you've been in the goddamn Congress. Because you guys get your little guys that come in and slip you some money, so they'll do the little politicking for this company or the tobacco people or the pharmaceutical people. It's like, okay, here's a perfect example of Trump being a dick. Okay, before Biden left, he made, I think there was like 10 or 12 medications so they would be cheaper for the American people. One of those is one of my medications, and for every 3 months it costs $1,800 for one medication. $1,800 every 3 months. Biden went in and got it reduced, so it was like $250 a month. So it went from being $1,800 for 3 months to what, $750 for 3 months. Okay. So one of the very first things that Trump did when he got into office was to go back in and undo that bill that Biden signed about making medications cheaper. Explain to me how that makes America great again. It has nothing to do with foreign countries. It has nothing to do with that. How does that make America great again? By making older people who need medications to live, and they can't afford it. And so Biden, who, according to all you Republicans, is the devil. Ooh, the devil. And then you get Trump, who's supposedly the angel. You guys are fucked up. That's all I got to say. You guys are fucked if you think Trump's the angel. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Just sit back and really look at what he's done. Oh my goodness. You're so worried about a Mexican coming across the border. We're almost at war with Canada. Oh my God. And he wants, I vented. I'm going to go. But now you know my opinion. And there's probably be more of them coming, because I'm just sick. I try not to look at this shit on the news, and no matter where you go on the news, it's just everywhere. You cannot turn on the TV hardly without seeing this stuff. Like I said, if you don't like my opinion, if you don't like me, then just leave. It's really that simple. If you don't like me, then I don't need you in my life. It is really that simple. You know, honesty's a really bitch, isn't it? Isn't honesty a bitch? And that's all I'm being with you guys. All you all you people out there. I hope people share this so the world can see it. Because oh man, look at my hair now. Holy moly. Fluff it out. At least it'll look a little better that way. But anyways, just be nice to people. Money isn't everything. You know, money isn't everything. Instead of making when did America not become great? I always thought our country was great. When did our country not become great? I've always been, I've always rooted for the home team. Well, we're the home team. And we got the president, Mr. Dump, up there saying that we're not the greatest. He's going to make us the greatest again. Well, didn't he try that before and he didn't do it? And now, oh my God, how much money has been lost in the stock market because of him? Because of a trade war. Because what does he want to be, like Stalin or something like that? Like, so he has his name in the history books. Ooh, Trump, the greatest piece of shit president the United States ever had. Well, you know what, Mr. Trump? You have succeeded. You are the greatest piece of shit president the United States has ever had. And with this, I bid you adieu. Disgusting.